The last 2 weeks or so that I've been in Pakistan, the number of corona cases has been rising steadily from 30 to 1,000 on Wednesday. The Prime Minister Imran Khan has been reluctant to impose a lockdown, but it hasn't prevented provincial governments to go ahead with it. The army has been deployed, and we are beginning to see the impact of the lockdown. In the past 48 hours, reported figures have reduced. The Prime Minister has announced a package, a stimulus package, to minimize the impact of the lockdown on the poor. And again, he's meeting today to offer a stimulus package for the industry and the exporters.
The coronavirus situation in Afghanistan is getting worse by the day. Currently, there are at least 74 people suffering from the illness. And as much as the government is trying to address the pandemic, they say they're facing many challenges along the way. For one, millions of people in the nation rely on daily wages to get by, which makes shutting down major cities nearly impossible. Secondly, the government is saying that people aren't doing enough to socially distance themselves from one another. And most importantly, Afghanistan shares a large land border with Iran, one of the most heavily affected nations in the world in terms of the coronavirus.
The Philippines has recorded a relatively low number of COVID-19 cases so far, but this number is expected to increase in the coming days as more testing is scheduled. Now, the silence that you see here out on the streets is in direct contrast to the uproar that is now on social media. Netizens are pounding their keyboards, demanding mass testing after they found out through leaked reports that legislators had skipped the line and had gotten tested ahead of everybody else, despite the limited number of testing kits in the country.
Malaysia is stepping up coronavirus testing. The country can currently do about 7,000 tests per day. But the Ministry of Health says by the middle of next week, that number will climb to more than 16,000. But health officials warn that if there's a major surge in cases, there will not be enough ventilators. The Army and police have set up checkpoints to enforce the nationwide restrictions on movement. People are only allowed to go outside for necessities, and only one person per household is supposed to go. Pharmacies are taking customers' temperatures before letting them inside and then spraying their hands with sanitizer. The majority of coronavirus cases in Malaysia have been linked to a religious gathering that was held last month.